this time. What do you think about EG's response to Secret's opening?
It's definitely very mid-gamey type lineup, especially with this Razor pick. They're looking to do well in their lanes and also just come out of that one with an advantage versus this Secret draft. It's a Slark, right? This hero started to fall off pretty hard, I feel like, in this tournament, but it does make sense them picking up here. I look at the Secret draft and I'm seeing a lot of different ways of sustain and a lot of ways of protecting each other, right? We have living armor, we have the IO tether with your overcharge coming in. Timbersaw's got reactive armor, charges built up. Then you have your Slark. If he gets out of combat, he gets a lot of regen. OD as an Astral. A lot of different ways to kind of protect each other if they do get targeted, let's say, by that Doom in particular.
And do you sort of agree with what the panel was saying about the fact that this draft, you look and you say Secret's heroes, if they do have a good laning stage, they get through to sort of the mid-game onwards, they're just going to be very hard for EG to take down, whereas EG's strengths are going to be in the lanes. They can try and get this dominant lead from the start.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's why they like double down with this Razor pick, especially too. And he does have, I think, especially what Sin was pointing out, is you look at the lanes, and wherever Razor's going to be, he's going to have a good lane in the side lanes, because he's not going to be versus the OD. We know that the OD is going to be in the mid lane, so no matter what, he'll be versus either Timber or Slark on the side lane. So great link targets to be able to get a good start for RTZ.
And is this sort of the best of a bad lane for Secret to have Slark in that lane, or do you think they're going to want to adjust and make sure that Matu does have a good time on the other side?
I think they just want to make sure that Zai doesn't get absolutely nothing. If a Timbersaw is left alone versus a Razor down bottom or something along those lines, he literally will just have to, like, he can't even cut creep waves is the problem, and he just gets linked, and you won't get your reactive armor stacks built up. So I like this. I also think it just throws a little bit of wrench in this, wrench into the works, and it ensures that Matumba Man will get free farm, and that's kind of the name of the game that I think Secret wants to have.
Well, definitely a lot of focus will be there on that bottom lane with, at the moment, the trio Secret ready to go head-to-head with what will be the tri-lane of EG, with Crit heading down there to join his teammates. As we'll see if they can make the space for Matu, or if EG are able to push their power and use this Razor advantage to ensure that RTZ has the better lane.
Love me a good tri-lane versus tri-lane. Means the top Zai will be able to get a decent amount, but Ramses also will be able to get himself good free farm up there too. Once Doom starts getting some levels, can be a bit scary though. Then once you get like level 3, of course, as we see, you get your reactive armor. Doom can get punished a bit by it, but we'll see Ramsey, he'll manipulate. You won't actually just like play inside the lane. You'll start pulling the creep waves a lot so you don't eat too many of those whirling deaths. But Zai, he's gonna have a good time up here.
And in the mid lane, do you expect to see any sort of action? I mean, looking at sort of the supports on both sides, is there going to be the chance for supports to stray away from that bottom lane, or will they be kept down there for the most part of the early lanes?
I think we're probably going to see some lanes just static, honestly. I don't really see any big rotations coming in, like Tree and Io ganking for an OD. Maybe if he, like, TA steps way too far up and gets astraled in a very disadvantageous position, but I don't think so. The mid matchup is also a pretty fun one. I think the OD does pretty well for the first few levels, but then, Ramsey's dropping low. But then as the TA starts to build up those levels, the refraction is very annoying, as you do have a damage disadvantage on OD.
Already Yapzot and Puppey just trying to sort of mess with the...
No pulls allowed.
They're trying to. Indeed, both of the camps will be blocked up here.
Oh, yeah, the other one.
Yeah, they'll leave the large one up, but they get that small one, so won't have any chance for an easy pull for EG to make to the small camp.
This looks good, though. Like, RTZ's getting full free from, and they're still level 1.
It's a lot of burst. Puppey's going to try and come in with a heal, and Matu still has the pounds available, so he'll be okay.
Like that he goes for that, too. You see level 1, he's not versus this melee hero that he can traditionally just beat on and get those stacks up. He saves the point, gets the pounce just in case of that. EG almost with a heads-up play there as soon as they hit 2. And now we're seeing what we were talking about. You don't, as a Doom, you don't want to lane 1v1 versus Timbersaw. You're going to manipulate. And mid is actually dead even. 8-8, 9-8. Oh, sorry, 8-8 and then 8-3, sorry. But they were pretty close, like, just in those last hits anyway, even though Nisha now does have a DD.
Yeah, just about half a level advantage with the way that Nisha's been able to play with the denies, using that Astral to his advantage. Really messing with what Arbeg can get from the dire creeps. And in that bottom lane, as the levels start to come in, do you see EG's lineup, when they get like their level 2s, level 3s, will they be able to do more damage than the Secret's able to sort of sustain through?
Every time I've felt like one lineup would do better, then I see the other lineup with a tree in the lane, and the tree always ends up just turning the lane for some reason, so... We'll see. I think it's a lot depending on the positioning too, but Nyx looks pretty good in this lane. Like, he can just kind of walk up and bully them away, and we're actually seeing that start to happen. Matumba's actually like, I'm out of here. I'm not getting free farm at all. I'm not getting Murniach anything. Razor 11 denies. They're switching lanes.
I mean, they need to. As you say, Matsu are having pretty much no chance to look at the creep wave. That top lane has actually been set up, so he has got a juicy double wave coming into him.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks to the way that Zai pulled in. So Zai being a bro and keeping that set up for Matsu, and should be able to farm it without any looking from EG. EG's going to try and get in on top of Zai, but a quick Timber Chain will break him away from the static link. And we'll see if EG remain down here, or if they do decide that they need to send more attention up to top to ensure that Matu doesn't get that space.
This is a great lane setup for EG. Immediately, Arteezy, he sees Slark top. He's going to port up there as well to keep that pressure going. Yeah, this is really nicely set up here for EG in the start.
Yeah, the supports start to move from Secret as well. Puppy will head up, so there's that safety for Slark as soon as they see Arteezy.
There we go, nice little high five there. Still, look at the denies on Nisha. I mean the DD definitely makes a big, argument for why he has so many of them, but he's playing really well around those Astrals. He's actually got he's going to have, what, 3/4 of a level advantage on top of this TA.
You'd imagine so. Nisha, as you say, just masterful with the timings on these Astrals, making sure that he's getting the maximum amount of denies possible, setting up the creeps as such, though Abed is struggling in the levels. Obviously, Abed, with the farm that he's getting, he's still going to hit the timings for those sort of early items that will allow him to turn to the jungle and start to work towards those bigger mid-game item timings. So won't be too fussed about the way that he's falling behind in lane, as there's always a comeback chance with the TA.
Batum is much happier up here. Even though he's still versus the Razor, it's because it's in his safe lane. It's not as long as this chase, but he still is going to get linked up and have to deal with that most of the times here, as it's a big link. 50, 60 damage for Arteezy.
And that will mean it's just sort of another wave and a half that Matu's going to struggle to CS against Arteezy in.
I'm really happy we're going to see a Nyx. I think this is another hero that it's a weird one, because sometimes it can look super bad, but in some games, like, you just have so many different ways to set up. There's so many different things that he can carapace play in this game. And it's a lot of information. I think that's the other thing that Synderen was talking about, the TA traps plus that Nyx Assassin. You can really just start to get so much info on the map.
Arteezy, he steps forward, but he's dead!
He was so low.
Did he not look at his health? He just walked in range of a pounce, and Matu, I mean, there's no counter play. There's no way you can start stealing damage at a rate that's going to stop Matu from getting away with that.
He was sitting at what? He was like 168. I thought he was going to back up and heal up a little bit more.
Yeah, a little bit of a misplay there from Arteezy, giving up a very important kill, of course, for Matu. He'd moved intentionally to that lane to continue to pressure Matu's Slark, and he ends up feeding a kill to him.
3 runes for Nisha. I believe that is why we see the tip coming out there. He actually has been pre-checking the runes, and he has gotten all 3 of them. DD, regen, as well as a haste.
Arteezy will, of course, return to that top lane, as that is the best place for him to play. Well, in theory, he's just got to make sure he doesn't go down again. Bottom lane, Ramses here goes under the tower, and some nice outplay with the blast. Gets the kill.
Gets the courier.
Gets the courier. We'll see if Zai can find him. Comes in with the Timber Chain. The Chakram he's hunting, and he will find. So Zai does manage to get back in, get a bit of revenge up top. This time, Arteezy getting aggressive onto the eye.
Arteezy
at the distance, and Arteezy's falling low. Pounce has already been used, so Matu's got no further way to close the gap. Arteezy will live. Also have the TP up from Yapsor to make sure that they couldn't go for anything more. Grasp is thrown down and won't quite catch the Wyvern. Still though, Secret they're starting to set things up for Matu. Matu's now in a much better spot, considering how the first few minutes went from down on the bottom lane. They've adapted, and it's just improved the state of the game for Matu tenfold now.
Yeah, it's the positioning of where it is. Like, even though he had the tri-lane bottom, it's just because he is in the off lane. So it just allows Razor to get that link in a much better position. So when you're in your safe lane as a Slark, you actually can like turn back and hit much easier than if you were down bottom. And we're seeing now TA jungling a little bit, Crit trying to find his levels. Its supports were suffering a little bit on the side of EG.
Yeah, Crit's going to want to get that 6 online as soon as he can, so he can start setting up for the rest of his team, make aggressive moves that Arteezy's going to be able to get behind. Even Ramses, as now level 7, he's ready to make plays soon when he skills the Doom.
Yeah, he's holding the skill point. We see Ramses do this quite a lot. He was doing it on as a Batten. He actually was level 11 last game on a Batten with only 8 points skilled up, so just deciding if he actually needs it in the moment, or if he sees an opportunity with a rotation, if he can.
And I might try and do something down here.
Got a lot of stacks already. They're going to bring 3.
There should be a chance to come up with the Doom. Arteezy and Crit ready to help Ramses out, and here's the commitment.
They're bringing up 4.
They've got the static link, and with this sort of control, it's going to be in a big build-up. Zai is tanky, of course, early on as the Timber, but surely they have the damage to bring him down. There's no TP backup coming in. I think Secret, no, they cannot save him, as EG will manage to bring down Zai. Takes a lot of resources, but they get the kill done.
I don't think you're too upset with that, even if you're Secret. Like, the thing is that who gets it getting the last hit, actually? It's Ramses. I think Arteezy probably likely wanted that one because of that rotation, but he just wanted to get the hell out of top lane with this rotations. So Pretty even.
I mean, as you say, that is the thing. Every time this move's happening down there, Matu continues to have more space on the top lane.
Yep.
And that's sort of early lane setup where EG had that advantage down bottom. It's just a pipe dream now. It's so long ago, you don't see that being shown at all in how far Matu is right now. He's up there level at the top.
And now you look at EG's lineup and how do they really want to contest and put pressure onto the Slark now? It's not really looking like they have great options to with their heroes. They have to probably bring Ramses up there again, but without Doom, he's not really much of a threat versus this Slark at the moment, especially when he has the backup of the IO. So Matumba, every time he sees the Doom, is like in those situations, he's like, yes, good job, Zai. You ate the Doom instead of me.
Yeah, I mean, you can see Matu not scared to start poking at them. Crit tries to toy around with a stun. Now going to look to go towards the tower, but Matu can easily juke it out. Now he can turn, start to build up some of the stacks. Ramses, he's got the movement speed with the Scorched Earth. Still playing aggressive, even did step forward there to see if he could try and get away with a courier kill. Won't be the case. Secret's got the micro. And back on the bottom lane, Zai returns to lane, and he's now starting to get some good pressure onto the tier 1 tower. Fly will reveal himself.
Without Doom, he can't die, right? He knows how strong he is. Even with the living armor on top, he can just look to take down this tower super easily. 10 minutes hits, outposts.
We'll see Secret able to secure the bottom one up top. EG's looking for a bit of a fight. They brought Arbed in, but Puppey will be able to tether all the way across. And it won't be a kill, but it will be the insurance that EG can head over and secure one of the outposts for themselves. But bottom lane, this tier 1 continues to fall. EG not looking to bring any sort of defense down here. So Zai should be able to take this Radiant safe lane away pretty quickly this game.
Yeah, Arteezy's just trying to find a home. He's actually in the mid lane now versus, he just hit 6 on Razor versus a level 10 OD. Nisha's getting aggressive on him immediately.
Yeah, Arteezy has to be very, very careful as Nisha will look for the opportunity to burst him. Top lane, EG get in under the tower. They're looking for Puppey. They will burst him, but Ramses, he's almost certainly going to lose his life. He's trying to run. Timber Chain, no tree to latch onto him. With that in mind, Ramses will actually have the movement speed to get away. They have no further catch.
Chakram off the mark there by Zai. Just unable. Even though he was pounced, he did commit it a little bit early, but Ramses, with that, of course, the faded brooch on top of the drum, plus the drum chart and phase, he is just so speedy to get away from that one there. Nice aggressive move. Arteezy, like we said, he's just trying to find any type of place where he can get this farm, and bottom is a nice one now. 4 range creeps.
Yeah, this is a very juicy wave, and a couple of waves for Arteezy to soak in. So we'll start to help propel him back into the game as this Razor. So it's all very close. 11 minutes in, 3-2, less than 1k in it. Zai trying to take back the outpost top. Ramses will mess around with him a bit, and we'll see if Ramses can find a chance to make another play. The Doom's back online, and that pretty much is there. That's a big ability for EG to really run down heroes and to set up situations where Arteezy can come in and just lock down onto a target whilst they're disabled and silenced.
I feel like Zai just wants to eat it. I don't think he even cares if he gets doomed in this game, just because he will allow his OD and his Slark not to be doomed. So that's probably going to be the case for Secret, just parking Zai wherever he sees the Doom in every single one of these occasions. See some of the items queued up, Nisha. He's got 3 components of the Aghanims pretty much finished up. And we mentioned the save in this game can be really significant, especially versus Doom, especially versus Wyvern. He curses someone if he's in a good position with that increased cast range of the Astral that you get from the Aghs. You can protect people.
It's going to be very important, EG's target priority in these fights.
Yeah.
All down to, as you say, the Curse and the Doom. They've got to use them almost simultaneously at the same time, as otherwise a save will be there for the single target that's gone on. They've got to try and split the aggression, get to the supports on the back line, and start to eliminate some of the save and sustain that Secret's lineup can provide.
Quiet game. 3-2 at this 12-minute mark.
Yeah, no teams feeding away any sort of misplay or mistake. They've started to calm it down a little bit. Bottom, Matsu. They're going to poke a little bit at Arteezy. They don't want to fall for the trap. Actually, Nisha, he finds Ramses top. They get in, and they're not even able to, they don't need to use the ult. His sanity wasn't there.
Yeah, they grabbed him in place with the overgrowth, and then he rotated forward the Curse.
Let's see if they can do something here. Crit is going to line up the follow-ups, and they're trying to burst down Puppey. With Arteezy in the neighborhood, they will get the IO. See if they can chase down Matsu. The pounce already been used to pop the Shadow Dance. He's trying to get back to the safety of his tower. They're chasing. Crit will have another stun in a second, but doesn't want to dive. So Puppey falls. Matsu is able to escape.
And Matsu also builds up some Essence Shift stats for himself there too. So, you know, he kills his teammate, but he can go back to the jungle and farm a little bit faster because of it. I like how he doesn't actually use his TP there. He knew he was confident that he could get away because he saw Nyx use his stun, Curse was used. He could have just TP'd out, right? But he decides no. He can just draw him. He can back up so he can stay, keep his positioning in the bottom lane to keep farming down here. Because I think this is where these two want to play on the side of the map.
Abed is still farming at a fantastic pace on the CA. We've seen already, like Nisha, he's been getting a little bit involved, as we saw, getting the kill on Ramsey's Doom. But obviously on the side of EG, Abed, he's just been fully focused on getting these items done. He did pick up the blink, so he is ready to help out the team if they do get dove underneath their towers. But he's going to work towards the Deso before he really gets involved. Pounce in, they're looking for RTZ. The static lane will be broken. Puppey again with the long tether can get himself away. On top, Zai, stunning, play around with Ramses again. Ramses, he has got that Doom, but as you say, it's so hard for him to go on Zai unless he knows there's going to be a full commitment, a backup from the rest of his team coming in.
The Curse again. The setup
coming in. Chris going to be able to find the angle. Puppey's dead. They get on top of Matumba and they kill him off. Abed gets involved, soaks up some of the XP. As Puppey and Matsu, they've sort of been farming and playing around this area of the map for quite some time, and obviously a little bit too long. The greed gets the better of them, and EG push them off their half of the map.
Such good movements by the two supports on the side of EG. Look how they warded their bottom side too. This whole jungle, sentries and wards aplenty for EG. They really wanted to just make sure, because I think they read the movements too. Like Secret, they just, like you said, the IO and that Slar kept going down bottom, so just bring the supports down there. Let RTZ get that farm. So very heads-up plays, and yeah, great movement by Abed. Finally getting involved so he can jump in. Quick explosion with that level 13 plus blink dagger.
It's going to be quick iron timings on both mids this game. You know, Nisha and Abed just farming like absolute beasts. Nisha's got the Aghanims complete, and Abed on top of that blink, only 1100 gold away from having blink Deso online. He's going to start pushing it on the mid tower. He's got great levels. You know, you can really feel that this is a game where both mids have the potential to absolutely pop off in the mid game.
Yeah, absolutely. And it does seem like Secret, it seems like they actually like willingly chose to do this. Let EG make these last few movements, because I've just seen Yapstar actually farming jungle on tree. Yapstar has Meteor Hammer. That's coming out of the current now. He's got it right now. So he's just been jungling on this Treant Protector for quite a long time rather than applying pressure on the map. And because of that, they actually still are maintaining that gold lead. Well, it's bouncing back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, it's so close.
There's two shovels. There's a shovel on each side, so they actually just shoveled a bounty rune from Abed, which allowed them to pull forward in that.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's exactly what you want to see here in this grand final. Now, both teams just building up to their own timings. They're playing their own game. Nobody's been thrown entirely off course yet. They both sort of have a route to victory. It's just going to be a question of how they clash. As here we have RTZ. It's going to be out of control now with the tether. Puppey revving up the relocate to get out of there. He is going to make it away, but of course he's going to be coming back this way, so EG can easily prepare to take him off. Crit's going to force back Matu to make sure that there's no tether opportunities for Puppey. As he comes back in, he will go over towards the creep wave and is going for the TP. They have the damage though. Abed's in with the meld. Puppey is dead, and that kill, that's pretty much done it for Abed. He's now got Desolator complete.
Super farm TA, but you look at that other side, that OD, same exact net worth as we've been saying. Nisha, he's keeping up. Found himself a nice item as well, as we see how much lifesteal this actually provides for OD is absolutely ridiculous, by the way. This Vampire Fangs on OD is one of my favorite items you can actually pick up on him early, because he actually heals for over 100 something per Arcane Orb. It's pretty insane how much you do. It's level 15 as well. So EG, they want to try to, they want to look to pressure some towers here, because you're playing versus Secret with the Treant Protector, so it is very hard to take down those towers, and you have to take them in one go, otherwise they're just going to get full healed, as we've seen Yapstar doing constantly with his living armor already in this game.
We see Zai still very much the hero that can go to any lane he wants to, even with multiple members of EG around. He knows that EG, they do not want to commit on him. We saw both the supports, Crit and Fire, having a poke. Abed was just watching. He does not want to jump in onto the Timber. He's got to wait for other heroes to reveal themselves so he can get back and get those quick kills. Doing some nice damage, though, with the side blades, lining them up and bringing Zai down to half health, but for the most part, not the kill that Abed's going to be looking for. He'll be looking elsewhere, and he's also happy to continue farming, securing that BKB, making sure that his chances in a fight against this Nisha OD will be even better. Top lane, jump forward, they're trying to commit onto Ramses, does get stunned up Matu, but he's going to continue the dive, at least for now. The trap is laid down, and that will be enough to scare Secret away as Abed, he steps in for the overgrowth. Now Hammer's going to be coming down, locks down Abed, but Ramses has got the BKB note. He moves forward onto Yapstar, the tree is dead. Now he's onto Nisha, a huge target to find, the sun as well, Ramses and Crit, they're playing around with the tower. He's just so much Double kill from Ramses, and now it's a tie! EG, they'll get the 3 of them! 2 massive kills, both Nisha and Zai taken away. A huge move for EG to make, and not a better time for Abed to turn up and really show his power on the TA. Now they can go for Roche, and I don't know if Secret can do anything about this.
No, they're not up in time. They're going to kind of scout around the area. They will be respawning pretty soon, but such good plays. And also, I don't think they expected Ramses to bust out a first one. I say first item, though, he didn't have the jumps, but pretty much first item BKB. That just catches you completely off guard as he's able to just run you down on that OD and get a beautiful setup.
I mean, it's a brilliant combo. So, having the Centaur stomp on Ramses and obviously Crit getting in with the Impale, that's a lot of AoE stun if they can find those angles, and they'll certainly be able to do so. They did it there without the curse, but you got to imagine in the future with the setup as well, there's so much potential for them to just hold Secret in place and allow the potential follow-up from Abed, the angles. You know, Abed, he's always going to get those side blade setups, and you see it here, just Crit and Ramses. I mean, they just weren't ready for this Doom. To come out like this, the aggression he comes in with, one of the reasons why Ramses has just been looking so hot in the games that we've seen, his offlane performance in his way, his approach of turning up to these fights around this mid-game 20-minute mark, that it's been impeccable.
Yeah, I love the item decision in this game too. This time around, they actually went for the Spirit Vessel as well versus the IO. We did see them in the earlier series today. They actually didn't go for that Vessel. Nyx Assassin already has it. Crit has opted to go for it really early on, which is going to be super nice for him. He's also been blessed. We didn't point it out, but he does have a Philosopher's Stone on the Nyx, plus his GPM talent. So this Nyx is going to get really farmed throughout the game. 150 GPM just static from your hero. Definitely going to be significant to see how much he scales forward. EG now claiming that just because of those last few moments. 5k gold advantage. They're picking up more items as well for initiation. I believe the blink on the Doom is coming out, so those blink centaur stomps from the Doom just become really threatening because it's so hard to avoid them. They're so fast because of that cast.
And look how quick they are to play, EG. As soon as they start to see the Doom ult coming back online, 10 seconds, they immediately look to smoke up. And I don't know if Secret's going to be ready for this. They're split up across the map. EG could find a great opportunity to jump in and claim more kills.
Yeah, it really just feels like the movement is just so limited on the side of Secret to actually set anything up to kill, because EG, they just have the better ones to just chain set up with like multiple heroes with their ganks as well as that Nyx.
Matsu is trying to go on Abed. They do have Nisha here as well. But he's there. The blink stun, the Doom. He's locked down Nisha. They're focusing the OD. Poppy, he cannot provide the heals to everyone, can he? Poppy trying to keep him alive. The re-relocate. It will take him back to safety just in time. They will manage to keep Nisha alive.
That's sustained. We did mention it before, there are a lot of different ways to protect each other, and yeah, Puppy did have the mech finished up right before that, really clutch to be able to keep Nisha healed up. And now there's no Doom. Gonna see what Secret decides to do versus that, as it's really just been Secret farming for the most part in the last 18 minutes or so. It's the laning phase. They've just been kind of sitting back and hitting creeps, especially for Yapsor. He's been very quiet in this game as far as kill involvement. He's kind of just meteor hammering waves, nature's grasping inside the trees.
I mean, it has been very passive play from them, but I mean, EG so far, they've done a great job of punishing that. They are coming out on top. They're getting that lead that we said at the start, you've got to look out for. They've got these strong heroes that can really ramp up at a pace that is going to be hard for Secret to match. Sure, if it goes on and Secret do manage to get this Slark and Nisha into unkillable territory, the game becomes very difficult for EG, but at the moment, EG's hitting their timings perfectly. Job for Ramses will be a little bit trickier in the fights now, as we saw Zai with that Lotus Orb. He's going to be there ready to try and catch him out, make him sort of think twice before he wants to commit with the Doom, as you can expect that Nisha will be protected by that Lotus Orb every single team fight.
Yeah, in particular versus the Doom and also even the Link, right? Both of these abilities, if he does get that Lotus Orb off, is going to be really important to at least guard him a little bit there in that instance. So. And they will be also going for that Matumba Men Aghanim's on the Slark. Yeah, just a bit of, like we said, farm game for Secret. They're just sitting back. 6k advantage, though, for EG. They're getting a bit more out of the map with these moves, too. And they have the Doom, so the Doom is always going to be farming super hard, even when the game does get passive. And, of course, Abed. 203, 273 last hits on this TA. He's like, all right, you guys want to farm it versus me? Bring it on.
Yeah, Abed, I mean, we've seen so many games where he alone has just provided that star performance that EGs need to get them past some of the tougher opponents, and what a time for him to be fully focused and in the zone up in this final against Team Secret. They need Abed at his best, and he's certainly working to provide that this game. Top net worth, and no one really that close. Now, Nisha already about 2.5K behind the TA, and even in these passive moments where, you know, Secret, they've obviously felt that they can't take fights, they've got to play like this. Abed's able to abuse this sort of slowdown in the game just as much as any of the heroes that EG has. Abed will remain this far ahead.
Trying to take this mid tower now. Like we said, they have to take it in one go, otherwise Living Armor will counteract that. Zai will park his face there though and stop it for the time being. Another BKB is finished, of course, on the side of EG. They do have Arteezy's. So they do have 2 BKBs now.
See, Abed is committing to take this one, and he'll get it. Tier 1's down, more money for the TA. As he's already well into working towards that Orchid, that extra bit of silence for him to play around and cause issues as he can look to jump on a different target to Ramses on the back line. A lot of ways to sort of focus down individual heroes and Secret and really break the fight up. Makes it a lot harder for Puppey to do his job as well if they can get the jump on his Aya.
Yeah, he's gonna need either a Ghost Scepter or Lincoln's or something like that. Or a Ghost Scepter or some type of protective item on that IO just to make sure he doesn't get blown up. He had a Lotus Storm queued up, which I think is a bit of an ambitious one on the IO. Yeah, he switches to the Ghost Scepter. I think you need some way to protect yourself just not to get burst down from the TA in particular. And we saw what DY was able to do with the Ghost Scepter versus that Wyvern as well. Definitely a very good item choice. As they're just kind of sticking near each other still.
See down bottom, Nisha and Puppey. They found Crit when he goes with the TP out. Oh, of course with the Axe, he's got that second charge of the Astral. So Crit will not escape. Secret find themselves a freebie. That's Crit out on his own. The rest of EG resume business in the mid lane and the top lane, continuing to push. And a beautiful item pickup for Abed. So another way that these backlines are going to have trouble to deal with. He's got the Mindbreaker, so he'll be in with that extra hidden silence that again is something else that Secret have to worry about. And they don't really have enough dispels to help deal with this.
Yeah, the Mindbreaker's always going to be great also in particular, of course, versus Timber and OD. Until they get there, Timber won't ever really build a BKB, but OD will also get punished by that until he does have one for himself too. So
we do see though, Secret have got, they've just found what has been EG's bit of a kryptonite.
A repair kit.
They've got the repair kit on the Secret.
And it's also just a very good passive item on IO as you pass off that regen. I mean, that 13 HP regen is nothing to joke about.
So we'll see how that comes into play once EG are in a position to try and push to the high ground, as it just got that little bit harder for them.
And they're really just playing that farm game. Look at this, Secret not crossing their side of the map. EG just continuing to farm up on their side too. How's our levels looking? Since we have a 10K gold advantage, game's pretty slow. Experience is pretty much even, as I feel like we might actually expect because of how much Secret's just kind of been sitting back and farming. And we look at this, the win chance. It's only 58% right now for EG, even with a 10K gold lead, so. Secret, they're protecting their side of the map very nicely. They have a Slark, much easier for them to get all those D wards. I think we see 2 Observer wards taken out, so EG with limited information on the map at the moment beside those TA traps. We see Secret's wards, they're covering their side entirely.
And another rather nice item find for Secret, getting that telescope aura inside of the squad for the OD. Nisha's now going to be able to hit a range more, and also another item that will help that inevitable high ground defense that Secret are going to do, allowing Nisha to be a little more defensive with his positioning, having that additional range. The push to come in, EG, they're now ready to maybe look towards more objectives. They'll secure the outpost back in their favor, make sure there's no chance for any TP wraparounds to come in from Secret. Same time, Yapso will reclaim the top half of the map for Secret themselves.
Passive Dota. EG trying to take advantage of this a bit here with these last few item timings that they have picked up. Abed easily able to bring down towers. I say easily, it's versus Living Armor. It's still pretty easy versus Living Armor what he's doing here.
I'll be interested to see how it's going to work against the Living Armor and the repair kit. They know, they're going to see it soon, obviously being carried around by Puppey, so they know that it's coming. They know it's waiting for them when they do look to see GG.
Hey, but they got one themselves too, so.
Okay, there we go. Balancing everything at least. But, it does feel, EG, the importance of them pushing sooner is definitely a little greater than for Secrets. And Secret is able to hold on and take it to the later stages. Sure, Arbed's still going to be that beast, but you can maybe argue that the sort of the core basis of the Slark and the OD will be stronger overall in the super late game.
Yes, once they start itemizing as well, they can start to protect themselves versus the Doom if they ever do just, decide to queue up those Licking Spheres at some point. But right now, it's not the case. They're still just farming up for like a BKB on Nisha. It looks like an AC was queued up from Matumba Man, so they still have a lot of things they do have to address. And their support, Yapzor, he's trying to match the farm of Crit, and he's doing a pretty good job. Like Crit, like we said, he has a passive 150 GPM on him, and you see Yapzor is only about 1,000 gold behind him on this Train Protector because how hard he's just been focused on his own farm. Maybe around here, we might see the next fight, but I don't know if Secret's ready in particular. They don't quite have the BKB on the OD, and playing without BKB on OD versus Nyx Assassin is just extremely difficult. You're going to Astral somebody, and he's just going to Carapace it, and then you're stunned, and they can easily jump on top of you. So they're going to let this one go as well. Aegis and Cheese free for EG.
So yeah, so just play around with RTZ for a little bit, but as you say, just showing in lanes, no intent to fight. A free Roshan, it looks to be Zai will come in, maybe see if he can get a steal on the kill. He gets the Roshan steal with that Chakram usage, so a bit of golden eggs be taken away from EG. He's going to pay with his life in they're straight in on top of him. He may have stole the kill, but EG will steal his soul. As Zai dead for 70. A decent amount of timing for EG to now push on with that Aegis and Cheese and continue to take objectives away from Secret.
Yeah, Absor just going to keep playing on the tree lines, try to slow down this push as much as possible. 50 seconds, Secret won't fight. Push those lanes in as much as you can before. They will have the BKB now on Nisha finished up. That could be the option that allows them to try to fight, but now they're into Aegis and Cheese. EG just playing around the map much better throughout this game and actually making aggressive moves. Secret just farming.
I mean, this is the thing, and even throughout this farming, EG, they're just doing it that little bit better. Every minute passes, and EG's grow continues to, the lead again continues to grow. So 30 minutes, 14k advantage, and Secret, eventually they are going to have to do something. I imagine, as you say, the plan is going to be until the high ground push comes in. That's what they're waiting for. That's when they're going to try and tackle EG. But EG, they really are that far ahead. It is not going to be easy for Secret.
No, the fights, they have good team fight as well on EG, right? They have the Wyvern Curse, they have the Nyx follow-up stun, and a lot of different ways to look to take that fight.
And so many huge items coming out for EG with the objectives that they're cleaning up, this extra bit of gold that they're picking up. Bloodthorn done on Arbed's TA, so Arteezy with the AC. They are looking very, very scary right now, and Secret obviously just hiding away from any sort of moves that EG make.
They've lost control of the top 3 net worths.
Yeah.
All 3 cores on the side of EG are up there now. And Nisha's also decided, I don't want a BKB either because there's Doom. So he's actually going to be going for a Hex instead of going for BKB. So he's a lot more susceptible to the Nyx as well. Just a super passive game from Secret.
I mean, and so far, this is exactly what EG wanted. The draft plan has been executed to perfection. 32 minutes in, I don't think this could really be going any better for EG. Everything that they needed to go right, it's gone right.
I have to agree.
That's middle. Just a bit of a poke still. And Zai, despite the lead that EG's cores have, he's not the easiest of kills, and EG want to make sure they don't get sidetracked chasing around a Timbersaw, as that's not really that important to the overall objective of them going for the high ground. We're seeing big items. Ramses, he's nearly got the Aghanims done, just needs to pick up the point, but
he's got it.
It's there.
And he's got an Arcane Rune too. And this is a scary I mean, Aghanims is just terrifying in this hero anyway because it does apply an extra stun and breaks. It's another break mechanic they have on top of the Nyx.
And he does. The Doom's down straight away. He's on top of Nisha. The OD's out. Dead for 75. EG make the quick plays.
He spent his gold. He bought the Hex.
We'll see if EG do push. I mean, they should. They've got Aegis, they've got Cheese, they've got everything to make plays with. And Secret still seemingly with nothing at all ready to present in response. Puppey, he cannot escape because EG, they're just waiting inside Puppey's own base on the high ground. Puppey's dead as well. EG, they're going to move on and look to take some of these high ground objectives. The tier 3 will be focused. They don't have the creeps with them, though. All 3 lanes have been pushed out.
But they're just diving forward for a kill. Root comes out.
Onto Zai. Zai has the Lotus. He turns. Yapzor revving up the Meteor Hammer will catch out Arteezy, but Ramses, he's in. They surround the tree and Yapzor's dead. That's EG, they're getting these kills. They still do not have creep wave inbound, so they'll have to back away and try and get the momentum back over here. So Secret, they are doing their best to keep the pressure outside of the base. Matu split pushing down bottom, but now the wave will fall up in mid. They're going to have the wave to go up to the high ground. They're going to have to consider using some buybacks here. Yapsil's still dead for 30 if EG pressure in.
When is Secret going to look to fight? It really is starting to feel like almost like never. Right? They went for Moonshard now on the Slark. The OD, like we said, he stalled out, going for like a BKB or any type of protective item for himself, going for the Hex. They just can't fight into what EG has at all. And it's been like that for quite a long time. Yeah, it's going to be a Doom back up in 10 seconds because it was the Arcane Rune Doom that he popped before. And they can just keep their faces parts here, and they just continue to grow the lead.
In the base they are Zai, starting to step out. Doom is back online. So if he does come too far at this point with the 18k lead they have, they can now afford to even just commit onto Zai. They certainly have the damage to do so. Matu starts ahead and he's going to try and pounce forward aggressively here. We're going to move it on to Ramses, and Crit does get silenced. He's running away. They'll slow him down. They'll try and turn. Arteezy pops the cheese. Back up to Fulham with a BKB. He'll try and come in onto the two of them. Matu goes in with the stuns there. Ramses with a BKB in the Doom. He's caught out the OD. Nisha's in trouble. The damage comes out from Arbed. Nisha is dead once again. And now towards Zai they go. The Infernal Blade slammed down. Ramses lining up the stun. Yapsor goes for the overgrowth. Tries the B-Jammer. Gets forced in though. It gets cancelled. They're trying to go for Crit, but EG, they're just too far ahead. Another Timber trade across. They look into Arbed, but they cannot get on top of this TA. They will lose the Wyvern. Arbed turns, goes to Matu, but he does go down. They kill the Templar Assassin. They are starting to get out. They get Crit lining up these two-man stuns. The buybacks coming out from Secret. They're throwing everything into this fight to try and repel EG, and it will work. EG will back off for now. Cost them a couple of buybacks here, the big one being Matumba Man, but they do finally manage to take a fight where they get some of the core kills. They are able to kill Arbed's TA.
Ramses is playing this perfectly. Every single time he's just like, okay, I see Nisha. I go on Nisha, gets the Doom off on him right away. The team fight lasts quite a long time there, so we see Matumba, he was starting to build up the stacks there. But overall, fantastic stun from Crit to be able to finish off that Slark. And Crit, 0-1-13 this game. He seems to be almost everywhere and connecting with his stuns perfectly to be able to set up for these kills. He's got 3,000 gold on top of a 4-staff Spirit Vessel. Super farm Nyx, as we kind of expected to with that GPM that was kicking in.
And you know, it's some sort of sign of life from Secret, but definitely not the kickstart they need if they want to try and swing this one around, because now the game in this very precarious position. 7 minutes, Matumba Man has to play incredibly safely. If EG are able to get another sort of jump on him, they're going to have that timing when the Doom's back online. The game's just going to be over. Matu has to be prepared to be entirely defensive, and Secret, they've got to be there ready to protect him from any sort of aggressive move or sweep of the map that EG's almost certainly going to look for when Arbed's back up. That's by the pit as well. There is that DD rune, and this would be ideal if EG want to take this and try and go for that play, to try and get that all-important jump that could seal the game ender here in game one.
They have no way to peel. I mean, they have the relocate that they can use to kind of peel Nisha away in some instances, but they don't have any. They have no force staffs on their team to actually just like force Nisha out if he does get doomed and jumped on initially. They've all gone for their own type of grittier type of items. Zai, of course, has gone for those items to protect his allies with that Lotus Orb, with that Halberd and Pipe. But yeah, he can't actually go for it, obviously, because he's a Timber Saw. He can't go for the Force. So he's trying to go for that Linken's to at least guard Nisha somehow on top. They need ways to just ensure that Nisha is not getting doomed, because he is so crucial for their team fight.
I mean, Ramses has just been prioritizing excellently. Yeah. The whole game 6-2-7 from the start. That first fight at the top, where after that very sort of even passive laning stage, EG started to take a lead. Ramses, he's just been leading the charge every single move that EG make. Secret, they are stepping out of the base. EG on this high ground. Secret have to be very careful if they head over here. There's no one really showing in the lane, so they're going to suspect that something is up.
They're only showing Zai right now, hiding the other two on the side. That's the target they want EG to go on, so that Nisha can actually get some abilities off for once. How's our buybacks looking? Nisha about 200 away, so that's another thing that they could look to play around. If they do force Nisha in the front lines, he could eat a Doom and then buy back to look to join into the fight. So that's something that we will have to watch out for if it is something that Secret wants to try to do. And they're going to have to try to do something because Roche is back up and it has a refresher shard. So one Doom was a problem. If he gets it onto two, if he has the refresher shard, he gets a secondary one, taking out 2 of those targets.
And you can only imagine, you know, EG, they're into the pit, it's going to be theirs. There's no way Secret get here in time. It's far too fast, and they don't have any information at all that would indicate this. So EG, again, everything from the Roshan pit will be theirs. And the last few fights have gone excellently because of it. So now not only are you having to fight into this 21k advantage that EG have, you've got to deal with these second lives on heroes. And as you say, that this refresher shard, which could ultimately end the game for Secret. Shabso.
Look at the TPs coming in. Crit's probably like, I caught him, you know, but the quick blink away. It's a nice little heads-up play from Yapster to ensure that he doesn't die.
He's got a full Aghanims as well now, Crit, so can even set up base inside Secrets when they do manage to take that tier 3 away mid lane. They get the jump onto Zai. He's got the Lotus Orb upon him. Ramses, he's waiting, he's holding. Renisha will hold back the Doom, try and give Zai the attempt to get out with the Timber Chain. There's no tree to latch onto. Zai dead, 90 seconds short of the gold as he did go all in on his purchase. But EG, they're going to want to push in and make the most of this. Yapso's trying to draw some sort of attention away as he continues to push on this bottom lane with the Meteor Hammer. But EG, they're going to be able to push so much quicker than any sort of soul tree is going to be able to do down here. As Yapso will almost certainly have to return if EG do push up to the base. But as it is, EG being a little cautious. They're not running straight for the high ground despite getting that kill on the Timbersaw. And they just look for the kills instead because Secret are stepping outside of the base.
Secret can't fight. Look, Zai is so crucial to their fight just because he's the protection for Nisha at this point. He has to throw that Linken's and Lotus Orb on top of him. We did see Crit. He actually prioritized taking the outpost bottom, so he does deny that experience from Team Secret. And it just continues to grow for EG. 24,000 gold lead. Experience still relatively close. But yeah, EG just having a much firmer grasp as this one as they just continue to have pretty much free reign on any decisions they want to make in the game. Yapster's trying his best to do this rat here down bottom to take out this tower, and he's almost got it taken out. But what can they actually gain out of this? It's just going to be a little bit of gold for the time being.
I mean, is there any sort of urgency, do you feel, for EG's lineup to go for this push onto the high ground, or can they sort of play in this relaxed manner where they're just almost waiting for Secret to make mistakes rather than they themselves going for a push that could end up in Secret turning a fight around?
With this lead, I wouldn't say that they're very concerned. If the game was if the game was closer, maybe like 10k or something, then maybe they could start to be a little bit pressured because Secret's lineup does scale very well. But with a 25,000 gold lead, and you're getting refresher shard and full map control with the Doom on your lineup, you have to be feeling pretty good. Because this Doom, we said, with the refresher shard, he can just take out 2 heroes. Or he can take out 1 hero, they buy back, and he takes them out again, be it Nisha.
I mean, this is just, this is a masterclass from EG, this opening game of the best of 5 so far, and something that's incredibly exciting to see going into the rest of the series, because people wondered, you know, Secret, they have been destroying teams on their upper bracket run, and EG's now come into the grand finals, and they're just making Secret cower. You know, Secret, they're not doing anything in this game because EG, they're entirely controlling them. This whole 41 minutes of the game has been all EG's lead.
And a timeless relic for a Doom, as we saw, of course, picked up earlier as we've hit 40-minute mark. That is, that's actually really scary, especially with the Aghanims. Infernal Blade, when he's getting close to 25 on Doom. A 25 Infernal Blade Doom with Aghanims with a timeless relic, I don't even know how much damage it's going to do. That might actually just take out like 60% of somebody's health in one attack. And break them, of course.
Still playing a bit of the waiting game. I mean, I bet you can feel, you know, EG, they are probably loving this. They know, that, you know, especially in like a game 1, the more sort of damage they can do to sort of Secret's minds in this match, the better it's going to be for them going forward. They want to make this loss for Secret as painful as possible. A real test to see if Secret can keep their cool when they're being dominated in a way that they really haven't been so far this tournament.
And if Secret can even take a fight at all in this game, because it really has seemed like Secret's never really taken a fight. They took that one attempt up top and just got wiped. Besides that, it really has just been EG all over the place throughout this entire game. And all lanes pushing in, so they're just keeping Secret in their base. I feel like Secret's been stuck in here for a long time now.
There's Ramses. Quick look towards side, but nothing more. Still yet to show any intention of trying to push on up to the high ground. They have got the creep waves in position. They've swung all 3 waves momentum round in their favor.
And look at bottom, just in case it does push out at all. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 traps set up to de-push the wave. There's 1. He can easily just clear them out without even being there, get that extra farm. And there's 2. And there goes the wave. And he's going to reset up the traps. Aegis gets reclaimed. Can Secret actually take an advantage of this as they do smoke and look for something now? They do have the timer for that Aegis.
We'll see if they can catch EG apart at the moment. The 4 members of EG here. Even Crit looking to move over and join the rest of them. He could be caught out alone if they do have vision prepared. Sneaking around beside them. They don't have anything down, so Crit will go around and in fact find inside of the tree Yapsor. Meanwhile, Matsu gets soloed down by Arbed, and in the mid lane, Zai is the timber chain away. Yapsor cannot get back up to the base though. A defensive Astral will be used. Do they have the follow control after he comes out? The meld, it's enough. Arbed claims the double, and he's now jumping in for Ramses. He gets it again. He finds his target. He finds the goal. Overgrowth will be in place, but the BKBs from EG allow them to push on, kill off Nisha. Secret, they're buying back, but can they get any kills out of this? Ramses forced away to safety. The corner press keeps him up, but he finally falls. They've lost Ramses. A second buyback as they bring Ramses back into the fray. EG know this is their chance to close. Oh, he's trying to stay on top of Matsu, but Matsu's into the trees. RTZ's cleaning up Secret inside their base as he finishes off Puppy. Turns over towards Zai. They're down Nisha and Puppy for a full minute as EG they're in. They hold Zai in place. Arbed turns back over to Matsu. Another pounce will get him away. Static link onto Zai. They're forcing him back towards the fountain. Can RTZ finish the kill in time? He's disarmed, and that will allow Zai to live. Zai will survive for now. Secret get back in the fountain. Heal up. EG, they've got to turn their attention towards the objectives. The creep wave is moving in top, so the protection will fall. They can go onto the tower. Another jump in from Matsu and a pounce away. They're looking to draw EG's attention away from the objectives. They're in. The jump. Ramses again. Straight in on top of Yapsor. The tree's down. Zai, he should fall as well. Matsu cannot help him out. Zai is gone. Doom onto Matsu. He's dead for 2 minutes. No buyback. GG is called. And EG, they don't just, when they destroy Secret in this game 1, Secret looked at the most lost we such a long time. They had no plan for recovery. EG just played around with their food, and they finally went in for the finishing bite.
I want to say Secret got a kill, at the 13-minute mark? They